Your college is supposed to provide some of that general familiarity with what is a commonplace in the United Kingdom, what is a commonplace in the United States of America, and what is a commonplace in the great European centers of civilization, a class of people in the community who will not be counted on the fingers of your hand any longer, because it's no longer the age of exclusiveness or restrictions in university education. The more that go into your new college in Barbados and the more that go into your new college in Trinidad, the more you diffuse these commonplaces of thought and everyday life in our own society and raise the general standards of the community.
When the University College of the West Indies opened its doors at Mona, Jamaica in 1948, it signaled a bold response to the challenges facing the West Indian people in a period of social, economic, and political upheaval and uncertainty. The Irving Committee, which recommended the establishment of the university, did so with a vision of what it would mean for the healing of a fragmented, deprived, and generally backward region. A university among, of, and for the West Indian people would break the tyranny of intellectual isolation and fight the poverty of intellectual discourse, the poverty of general knowledge, then endemic to the region. It would offer opportunities for the social advancement of ordinary people where only dreams existed. It would provide a place of research and inquiry to shape social and economic policy and unearth solutions to the region's myriad problems. It would prepare strong, responsible, and knowledgeable leaders urgently needed to guide the daunting steps from colonial dependency to self-governance and self-reliance.
For this is the meaning of independence, learning to stand on one's feet, learning to draw on leadership from within one's community, learning to use resources, however limited, for the development of all, seeking help, seeking fellowship elsewhere, but carrying always this terrible and urgent responsibility of tomorrow. This is the task which the university, after much questioning within itself, has set itself to perform: the pursuit of knowledge, carrying out faithfully the works of scholarship, but all of it within this social setting of the needs, the urgent needs of the West Indies.
Key element of the argument for the establishment of the university was the role it would play in advancing the status and influence of women for the important work of building communities, offering hope to daughters traditionally denied opportunities for higher education, as limited resources were concentrated on the education of the sons. The swift success and impact of the University College at Mona further ignited the regional vision of the possibilities that could spring from broadening access to higher education. It fueled an excitement for expansion and decentralization. The urgings of Dr. Eric Williams and Errol Barrow spurred the then Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Arthur Lewis, to establish liberal arts colleges in Trinidad and Barbados, thereby extending the service of the university to the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, furthering and deepening the work started by the extramural centers in taking tertiary education to the people. In Barbados, a tiny island with a strong tradition of education, built on recognition of the people as its most valuable resource, the government led by Premier Errol Barrow moved swiftly to facilitate, consolidate, and nurture the establishment of the college by providing a temporary site at the Deepwater Harbor in 1963 and by offering paid study leave to teachers and later to public servants.
I'm convinced that it is because of your long tradition of education, because of the money that you're prepared to spend upon it, because you have the most comprehensive system of education in the West Indies, Because of these things, you can support a population of 1,300 to the square mile and maintain a standard of living which many a larger and more powerful nation would wish to have.
Premier Barrow is said to have taken great joy in flying solo over the island in search of the permanent home for the campus. The site finally selected at Cave Hill stood out like a beacon with its eye to the Caribbean Sea. This generous gift of almost 50 acres of a scarce and precious commodity from the government and the people of Barbados to the regional university followed an earlier gift of land at the Pine for the establishment of a home for the extramural center. These were signal early gestures of faith and commitment in what has been 50 years of sacrificial support by successive governments, backed by the goodwill of friends of the university at home and abroad, which has ensured the expansion and the success of this most vital resource.
A university is at once the expression and the repository of all that is most significant in the history of a people, and its claims on the people are so cogent and so universal that they cannot be met from the resources of government alone. Indeed, it is the duty and the great privilege of private persons in all walks of life to view the University College as their own possession, their own heritage, and their own hope. I can think of no nobler or more profitable act of sacrifice than this, for it is made on the twin altars of knowledge and youth, the most precious possessions of any people.
The College of Arts and Sciences in Barbados moved to its home at Cave Hill in 1967, where it has developed beyond expectations, steadfastly pursuing its mission of contribution to national and regional development in fulfillment of the expectations and dreams of the people and the vision of the founding fathers. Today, 50 years on, the college, which became a full-fledged campus with the establishment of the Faculty of Law in 1970, is a model of a progressive and vibrant 21st century university of which the country and the region can be justly proud. And as it did 50 years ago, the campus stands with Barbados and the rest of the region in the midst of a whirlwind of new national, regional, and global challenges thrown up by the unrelenting sea of change. At this juncture, the stirring words of the late Prime Minister of Barbados, the Right Excellent Errol Walton Barrow, made to the graduation assembly of the college in 1968, ring fresh and relevant still.
When we speak of bringing the university to the people, we should not only mean that more and more people should directly as students enjoy its facilities. We should also intend that the citizens of the region should be encouraged to regard the university as their most important asset. We cannot rightly urge them to sacrifice for it merely by pointing with pride to its facilities or to its achievements or even its international standing. They must feel for the university the same concern which the fortunes of sugar, tourism, and industrial development engender. They must be helped to know, as their settled conviction, that the efficient growth of the university is almost their only path to prosperity.